Cool, cool. So welcome back. Um, yeah, last time you guys were chased into Slaughterstone Square, where Finch trying to protect the queen and Knock trying to get rid of her, uh, finally came to a head. Though though it may have been a surprise to one of them, and the executioner ended up killing the queen while the rest of you escaped. Um, you were being hunted by some Gamir, but you were able to make it through the square out the other end, thus losing the Gamir since they were on the other side. Unless Nock wants to continue making noise and leaving fire and smoke trails. Okay. Yeah, so you guys are able to slip away. Um, it was also revealed that this wasn't just an accident. Nock did take a shot at the queen, which everyone saw. It was hard to hide. That being said, you are making your way through Old Town now. This is a part of. You know what? I should probably move you to the map. That would help with all the things I'm pointing at. Yeah, you're probably on a road. Yeah.
Old
Um,
Town Road.
what? Uh,
Reference.
so yeah, you guys are in this general area, not too terribly far away from the clock tower. But yeah, Old Town is um well, why is my thing going white? There we go. It's a very uh it's in its heyday, it was a nicer part of Drakkenheim. Um, a lot of a lot of the more well-off people lived there. Um, if they didn't have estates, full-on estates outside, they had some inside. I said outside the walls of Drakkenheim. This is where the estates on the inside of the walls would be. Um, rich people, parks, things like that. Of course, all of that is in ruins now, but the the remains are there. You can see that this is was a nicer part of town. Um, something. Well, let's see. Everybody can make perception. No, insight. It's probably insight. Insight checks.
Oh man.
Yeah, you guys suck.
Are, are do Bull and Hudson get a roll?
I guess. Let me open up their character sheets.
Can we add the numbers up instead of average?
Yeah, can we just like give the help action to somebody else to for them to be insightful?
Nah, because it's
Oh my
not
god.
it's not really an action you're taking. It's more like you're walking along and what do you see?
Okay, there we
Like,
go.
There we
okay,
go, Hudson. My
Out of
guy.
out of four people, five people.
all right, yeah. So it's not like you guys are actively trying to
Hmm.
discern something. it's more of like one of those things where if you're just walking around and you all of a sudden you're just like, oh, this is kind of odd. This is weird. Um, and it's not perception because it's not
Yeah.
something that's hidden at all, really. Um, yeah, you guys. Well, I say you guys. Uh, Hudson, and I'm assuming he will relay these thoughts out loud to you all. He's walking along, and um, I'm gonna assume that there's no real dialogue happening. That everyone is just sort of collecting their thoughts in silence right now. But you guys all know that the meteor crashed. Like the meteor site is to the south. It's on the other side of the river. That being said, this is arguably the closest you've been to the meteor. The haze is pretty thick here. If you were to get much closer, um, you might have to start making those con saves, or risk contamination. But the delirium here, it's the crystals that you see, the geodes. They're bigger than any you've seen before. Um, Hudson realizes that if these pieces fell off the meteor, then then the meteor must have either there must not be much left of the meteor, or the meteor was way bigger than everyone really thought. Because these pieces seem much too big to be here.
There's some pieces that we can collect.
Um, yes, but you would have no easy way of carrying them. Like these pieces are as big as you all. Um, like it's kind of crazy how large some of these are.
There's some that I could summon my steed to carry.
Right.
Um, Perhaps if you've got an easy way of like if you have a wagon or something to put it in, but there's no way one of these would just balance on a horse or a large dog.
I think Finch is a little preoccupied in his mind to really worry about trying to collect delirium right now anyway.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I don't know if Bull could just carry them.
That might be dangerous too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could. Could he support the weight of one of them? Yes. Would he be able to do it without like touching himself to it? I'm not convinced. I don't think so. If he were here, maybe, but but without him being here to make that call, I am not going to be doing that to him. But yeah, so the pieces of delirium here are bigger than maybe they should be. Um, but yeah, as you continue making your way through the streets, it's a little difficult. You can see the clock tower, so you know the direction that you're heading, but you don't know the way the streets turn or anything like that. Um, so it's hard. You make your way. It's slow going. But yeah. Eventually, you round a corner, and you are met with the sight of
It's gold, right?
what's that?
I just thought we'd be met with the sight of gold.
But he
No,
thought he was going to make a pile of gold.
you are met with the sight of a knight on horseback with about 12 guards following him and a priest. Their clothing and symbols show that they are with the Knights of the Silver Order. And you see as you come across them that they are actually in the process of killing and stabbing many ratlings. They look up and say, "Oh, didn't expect to see anyone this deep in the city. Are you okay? Do you need any assistance? You look awful."
Been a it's been a
Thank you.
day.
Yeah.
I I can certainly relate to that. What are you doing this deep in the city?
Trying to get out of the city. We got lost.
Lost, you say, and that is quite terrible. We're we're on a mission, but far be it from us to turn away some people in need. If you like, we'll escort you out.
Sounds good to me. What say the rest of you?
Yeah, I might like that idea.
Actually,
Yeah.
and also just practically, we all of the lilies are at the clock towers. We still need to grab those.
Oh, right.
Yeah, unless you
So,
reveal that the clock tower is safe, that is not where they will lead you. Uh, as far as checking to see if they're telling the truth, make insight checks if you're worried about that.
no problem.
Finch isn't rolling because he trusts it already.
Oh,
He's
okay.
not.
Yeah, I was definitely sitting there waiting, but okay, you trust it already. With a 10 and an 8, uh, yeah, uh, you don't sense anything wrong about this at all.
We appreciate the offer. We
We like to
don't want
travel light
to
and
we don't want to burden you either. If you can maybe just point us in the right direction that we've just been turned around, that'd be helpful.
Ah, yes, we do appreciate that. We are on a bit of a mission, and we don't need any distractions, but so we appreciate you not taking us from that. But are you sure the the easiest way to does it matter to you all uh at all because you're going to the clock tower, right?
yeah. Yeah.
It really
Where's
His
doesn't
which
matter.
his directions don't really even matter.
No, I mean, I'd be curious, like if he's reveals like which gate he's going through or something that would be of interest. But
uh
we're going to the clock tower either way.
what did we miss?
Oh, Emmy's saying goodnight and saying
Oh,
miss you already.
good night. um, let's see. So he would direct you um back towards the Shepherd's Gate where the hooded lanterns are, telling you that that's the safest way for you all to get out. Um, though, as you all know, the Silver Order and the Hooded Lanterns are not necessarily on the best of terms, as they're about to have a war. But so you gather that maybe he didn't come that way himself. But he still says that if you're trying to get out of the city, head towards the Shepherd's Gate. The Hooded Lanterns and any Silver Order members, they won't stop you. They'll let you out. Aye, we've heard of him. He is there, but nevertheless, that is still the safest way out of the city. Fret not. We shall take care of him in time. No, they're aware. They like I said, they're about to have a war.
Right.
Um, but he'll ask you all. So you got lost here. Have you have you come across anything suspicious? Um, we've heard tale of a place where monsters gather. We're here to wipe it out. Have you seen anything like that?
I mean, there's monsters all over the city. You might have to be a little bit more specific.
No, we know of that as well. We'll need far more than what I've got with me now to handle that monster. No, we've heard tale of a home, of a house where those afflicted with this contamination go, but not for healing. They go there to embrace it, and they stay there. And we just cannot abide that. We cannot allow those abominations to continue. We have to wipe them out. You haven't seen anything like that? And then he eyes you a little bit and he goes, are any of you contaminated? Is that what you're looking for? Is that why you're here?
Nope.
No.
Nope. I
Are you
no
talking
no.
about maybe the Lord of the Feast?
No, DM to players, this is
Oh,
not something you guys have come across yet.
Okay.
oh,
Well, it didn't sound familiar, but yeah.
yeah.
But it is in this area.
Oh.
Well, if you if you ever come across it and it hasn't yet been destroyed, please let us know. And If you are sure you don't need an escort out, then we'll be on our way.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I think we'll be
assuming
good
you,
without an escort, but might you have any supplies? Maybe some spare healing potions?
uh, let's see. They look a little, the guards, I should say, look a little scared's not the right word. Apprehensive. That might be a better word. But they don't say anything as the knight turns to the priest that's with him, and they have a brief, quick conversation. The knight will turn back and say, "We only have a little magic to spare, but send me, give me your most injured companion, and we shall cast a cure wounds on you. They can spare one level one cure wounds for whoever is hurt the most."
Is that gonna be me or Bull?
Um, Bull is at 54 out of 75,
I'm at 44 out of 66.
so about the same. You're the one who showed up today, so you're the one that's gonna get it. Ooh, good roll. You get 10 healing.
Awesome.
The knight will say, I'm terribly sorry that we can't spare more, but as none of you seem to be on death's door, we need to conserve our power for the fight ahead."
Understandable.
And with that, they will march off into the distance, trying to find this place that they are looking for.
Did they head down the Old Town
Light be
Road?
with you.
And
Horses were in the back.
with that, you all, the knights having cleared a lot of the path for you all, um, you're able to make it back to the clock tower without much incident. Assuming that you're not actively making noise and things. And you make it back to, I think this is the right level. All right. So yeah, you guys make it back to the clock tower. Um, you make it up to the room where there are sleeping bags and beds and whatnot above the mist. And
I think that Finch has been like this whole walk just quietly steaming and very solemn and but as soon as we get inside the clock tower to relative safety, he would turn to knock and be like, "What in the nine hells, man? What was that? Why? What was? What's your deal with the queen?" Yeah, 'cause she's the queen. That we'd be able to find a cure for her and that she would regain rule. You didn't give her a chance. Yes, and you didn't give her a chance. Well, that's why we also diversified, and we're gonna get the lilies to the academy to have them also find a cure. So that even if Oscar fails, that we'd be able to give her the potion. I think that there was something about the way that this all went about that felt a little bit personal. Did you have something personally against the queen?
As a DM, I'll say airtight is stretching it a little.
I was gonna say, can I
You have no idea if they were already like that or not.
Well,
I kind
I
of
mean, some
fidget my
people
feet
have.
when he mentions that and look away. um, is there like an insight or something that I can roll as I'm asking him if he has something personally against the queen? That
Um, yeah. You can, if you
like
can roll it privately to me, you can roll insight, and knock, you can roll either. Let me see what things there are. Knock, you can roll either uh deception if you're lying, or um persuasion if you're telling the truth. And also you should both roll those privately to me. That way, yeah. So Finch, from what you can tell, he is being truthful.
well, maybe we both should have just communicated a little bit better, make sure we were on the same page with the plan before we put the entire party in jeopardy to just do what you want. That's all I'm saying. Because that was reckless and could have got us all killed. I'll grumble off to my corner to sleep. but like grumbling very obviously, like stuff, murmuring under my breath.
All right. Uh, do you have anything at all to add to that conversation, Amnar?
I, I was pretty much like Switzerland there. Just I was watching it all.
Okay. So, so the fact that a potential cure may have been lost uh, does not sway you to get into that at all.
I think he has a tendency to play it closer to the vest sometimes with what he's feeling. But
Okay,
I think yeah,
that's fine.
initially he was dismayed when he first thought about it, but just like with the Oscar Yorn thing, it probably was I don't know, it was another one of those false hope things. I think that he knew it would have been a long
Okay,
shot anyways, so he's not that disappointed.
all right. Um, I guess what I need to ask you then, uh, do you still hold out any hope of finding a cure?
For now, I mean, yeah, given how what we've seen since we've been here, it is certainly dwindling. But Imnar feels like yeah, it's not his search is not done yet, so
Okay,
he'll keep trying.
what is what does Amnar view as his last best hope for a cure then?
He senses, he thinks something with the Eldritch lilies. Maybe there is something to that, but he doesn't know what it is or who to trust to
Are you
figure it out.
going is he going to try to start researching on his own,
Hmm.
or or are you still hoping to find someone?
I think for now he's still hoping somebody he can find someone that knows more than he does about yet all this.
Okay. I'm just needing to know uh yeah, need to know for personal quest
Yes,
reasons.
exactly.
Okay.
No, this is
Sure.
true. Yeah. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. Right.
I would I would also mention that she wanted to see Elias Drexel, head of the Hooded Lanterns, who swore an oath to protect the city, but also the royal family. Um, he would have, in a scenario where she made it there, he would have put a lot of pressure on Oscar to do everything he could. Now, would Oscar have circumvented that? Perhaps, perhaps not. Um,
Right.
very true. I said it's very true. He has no way of knowing,
Yeah.
but
That's what I've been thinking that he could just pretend to yeah find a cure, but yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
And also, this is something that he's been trying to work on himself, just personally. Like he has his own interest in uh, finding this cure. However crazy he may be, whatever bad motives he may have, he's still been working on this cure just personally. I don't think he would just throw it away for to not help somebody.
Yeah, well, it's all moot at this point. But yeah, um,
It does seem likely.
But we do still have some lilies that Ruben
well,
Mm-hmm.
brought
uh,
back. Yeah.
I would point out because I may not have done a good job of relaying this, but everything his research was focused on a cure, and still that might involve some things that are not great. He most definitely was looking for ways to resist the haze and the contamination. Um, whereas whereas the whatever you just heard about from the knights, who were off looking for something, there seems to be a group within the city somewhere that seems to be embracing the haze, which might be more akin to what you're afraid is what you're more afraid Oscar is maybe doing. Oh yeah, accidents can happen. That's for sure. Oh yeah,
That's
like
usually
I
what.
wasn't trying to convince you of something one way or the other. I was just wanting to make sure I was clear that he was definitely researching resistance, whereas as you've just discovered, there are some things that are embracing it, more or less.
Okay, well, we get that concern for sure. But so we do still have some lilies, and the plan is still to somehow split those and give them to both the Academy and to Oscar.
Is that a question or a statement?
Question to the group. I mostly just wanted to like diversify and give ourselves the best option of a cure being found. I don't care who finds it, but the more people looking, the better the odds. So who do we bring lilies to first then? I guess because that I assume is going to be the next thing we do after sleeping tonight.
Yep, that was going to be my next question is what's next for you all? The Amethyst Academy Tower. Okay. Um, yeah. So let's bring you guys back to uh the map for now. Um, so you guys are at 12, and the Academy Tower is closer to Queens Park Garden up here at 10. Um, Shepherd's Gate, where Oscar is over here at 5. And um, of course, the your contacts at the Amethyst Academy are back in Emberwood Village. And I say contacts like there's multiple of them. River, the one person from the Amethyst Academy you've formed some sort of relationship with, is back at Emberwood Village. Um, I don't know if this was explicitly stated or because I don't remember what I've said or whatever, but you guys are all smart enough to know that the Queen of Thieves would probably also be very interested in the lilies. Um, say that again. Yeah, you had quite a lot. Um, I don't remember the exact number, but it was definitely more than 10. I'm pretty sure it was less than 20, though.
I mean, we could
Oh,
always grab more from the Queens Park Garden at some point too.
yeah, I'm going to say that they're not in danger of rotting in like the next day or two, um, but without soil or delirium or the mists or anything, they're not going to last forever. Um, uh, to the Black Ivory Inn. Okay, yes, yeah, yeah. You can go through the sewers to exit the city that way. Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so plan for now seems to be long rest in the clock tower. Next day, take the sewers back to the Queen of Thieves, offer her some lilies, leave to Emberwood Village, offer the Amethyst Academy some lilies, and then make your way to Shepherd's Gate to hand over the remaining lilies.
Yep.
Okay. Um,
Maybe talking with those three people will lead us to our next something too.
well, I was just curious because you guys had also were uh, Nock had mentioned the Academy Tower. Um,
Did we have any like a specific quest there? I didn't have any notes on like anything specific.
the
There. That was
the Amethyst Academy would be very interested in you guys reclaiming it. I believe River had mentioned it, but if not, uh, that wouldn't that would be a an easy conclusion to jump to. Yep. Any
I
the
think I
Academy
mentioned something.
Tower, the castle itself, and any of the chapels um, would be great places to find artifacts or um, histories or anything that you guys might be looking for. Like, yeah, towers, temples, the castle. Those are all places where things would have been kept, preserved in some way. Had a lot, those are the places that might have basements or magical protections that, yeah, could have kept things from being destroyed. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that sounds good. Like even if we don't get any additional information from those leaders, I'm fine with then going to the Academy Tower because that's something that I've been interested in too.
Amnar.
He did.
Hello?
There he is.
Yep.
I've been muted this whole time.
Well,
Oops.
were you speaking? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So what was the question again?
Just they've both sort of laid out their interests and what they want to do. Is there anything that you're interested in following up on or exploring further? Are you good with the plan they've laid out so far?
I think yeah, he likes the idea of yeah, if we can have a few lilies for ourselves and yeah, not give all of them away. But yeah,
All right. Um, so yeah, that'll be what we do next time then. Like I said,
right.
I thought this would be a short session, mostly because I didn't know what you
Yeah, right.
guys might be doing.
Too many
um,
options.
sure, here in the clock tower or some other time or okay. Yeah. I guess the first question is, Finch, if Nock approaches you, are you willing to listen?
Yeah, but I'm going to make it pretty obvious that I've shut everything down for tonight. Like I'm cuddled up with my puppy. I'm sleeping tonight. But if he wants to like in the mornings, is what?
Batman. Do the Batman approach.
Um, I've
Yeah,
like
we
the
can.
opposite corner from Knock to lie down and snuggle with Ruben.
Right.
So perhaps this can take place early in the morning before others will go on. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you're in relative safety in the clock tower, but yeah, the you're still in the city. Things could absolutely potentially come into the clock tower, especially now that the harpies are gone. So yeah, it wouldn't be unwise to do watches throughout the night. Yeah. Um yeah, Finch, if you all agreed to do the night watch or switch watches throughout the night, that is certainly something um that could happen. So yeah, you're all taking turns throughout the night, uh waking up. There's no fire here, as you guys are in relative safety, and you don't want to burn the room down. Um, but there are blankets you can huddle up in. Everyone takes their turn, basically sitting right next or right on the trap door, so that if anything were to come up, you would feel it. Um, Knock, or I'm sorry, Finch. You're sitting there. You're huddled in your blankets, and what's your dog's name?
Ruben.
Reuben is sitting there cuddling with you. You're nice and warm, and it's dark, and the rain from that is omnipresent here is tapping on the roof of the clock tower, and then from the shadows, Knock steps out unexpectedly. You didn't even realize that he was up. Based on your previous description, I imagine you are still a little grumpy with him, to put it lightly. But yeah, everyone else seems to be sound asleep. Um, is this a scene you would like to play out in private, Colby, or are you okay with Aaron overhearing it out of character? Okay, you cool with that? You cool with that, Aaron?
Yes,
Pretending
that
like
works.
whatever you
Yeah.
hear, you didn't actually hear.
Yes. Yeah. No.
All right. Um, yeah, go for it then.
God damn it! I think like two drops of pee just came out. You got to quit doing that. Don't sneak up on me. I think like two drops of pee came out. You got to quit sneaking up on me on watch. What's my what purpose? I'm looking for my cat. I was clear from about this from the beginning. What is your purpose here, other than finding the relics? So I feel like there's more going on. And can I also cast Zone of Truth?
Uh, I mean, I if you know it, I'm not gonna stop you, but that's not something that's secret either.
Right. You would know.
He he makes a save and is aware that he's making the save.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. So yeah. Um. And then I'm assuming that you're going to intentionally fail it. He did answer it. Criminal guards against until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time on a turn.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah.
And you, based on this, Finch can make the save as well, and only he would know if he passed or not. Is that correct?
I mean, I suppose I could, but only I would know if I was lying or not. Because
Right.
I guess
But I'm
everybody
saying I'm saying
in
that
that
I'm saying that
room.
Nock would have no way of knowing if you were lying or not.
Yeah.
So you would still need to make the save. Um, Finch, you can do it privately, but Nock, you would have to do it publicly. Assuming I'm reading that correctly. All
Mm.
right. So trust issues in the group have arisen. Wah wah.
Uh, hey,
But yeah. So with that disappointing scene, not disappointing in the fact that it's not interesting, but disappointing in the fact that I don't think it accomplished what anyone wanted.
nobody got
uh,
what they wanted.
yeah, we will come to a close tonight because now I have some direction on where the group is going to do.
Yep,
Um, yeah.
sounds good.
Sorry I didn't have more prepared.
Eh, it's all good.
Cool, cool.
But yeah, also, at least for Finch and Nock, seems like we may want to have some thinkings on how this disagreement will possibly play out.
Right.
um, it's not imminent, but it does seem to be growing. So, but fun times.
Right.
Let's see here. Let's get you all back to the start page, and we'll see everyone next week, I guess.
Yeah, sounds good.
Bye, internet.